The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
Jimbo and Bond take flight. 80s dreams on its delight. In the realm of black and white, movies and TV flow through the stories we all know. Silver screen tales unfold in the magic they bestow. The tragedy of cinema, when memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most.
At last, a warm, sensitive, touching story about the close personal relationship between a man and a woman, between a trucker and his dog,
Fred, I'm so damn tired of picking you up. I got to Fred!
between a father
No way,
and his son,
no way that you could come from my loins.
and how they all took to the road one day for a quiet little drive in the country. From Georgia to Texas and back in 28 hours flat with a truckload of bootleg beer.
I'll be driving this one. Hey, Blocker. You'll be driving the truck. This is Bandit 1, and that is Bandit 2.
Now, who would do a thing like that?
You're crazy, you know that? Yeah. You know that? Yes. How much money did you say it was? $1,000.
Universal presents Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jerry Reed, and Fred.
We're gonna really have to cook. I mean, put it on the back burner and let's cook. Is that a 10-4?
10-4.
And the only thing that stands between them and an $80,000 prize, Jackie Gleason as Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
I gotta barbecue your...
Bandit, I've got a Smokey report for you.
What's your handle, son?
My handle is Smokey Bear, and I'm tail grabbing your ass right now.
This is Smokey and the Bandit, the story about a lazy weekend in Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia.
Daddy, the top came off.
No.
We ain't gonna make it, son. We come this far, ain't we? Look, when we say we're gonna do a job, we do a job. It's me they're after. They don't even know clean snow exists. Oh, they don't. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Smokey and the Bandit, proving once and for all, it's not where you're going that counts. It's who the hell's in back of you.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo, and I'm joined once again by my co-host.
Hey, this is Bond.
So, Bond, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell the people we were going to start a little bit earlier, but we were waiting for you to finish your 10-200.
Oh, yeah, I had a 10-200. I had to take care of my 10-200.
So, Bond, tonight, we're talking about a really popular movie back in 1977. Matter of factly, it's probably the second most famous movie that came out in 1907, only behind Star Wars, which just shattered all kinds of records. But we're going to be talking about Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
And it sounds like he's got a couple of Freds outside his house as we're recording.
There's a couple Freds barking outside my door, man. I'm trying to get him to settle down, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tonight. Oh, man. Smokey and the Bandit, 1977 American action comedy. It's a road film. It's adventure. Romance, maybe a little sprinkled in there. You know, if there was ever a time to get up and get some popcorn during this movie, it'll be during the romantic scenes between Burt Reynolds and Sally Field, right? This movie, man, okay, like I told you, Jimbo, I watched this thing twice this week. First time I watched it, I was like, I don't know, it's kind of boring. This movie wasn't as good as I remember it was when I was a kid, right? It just didn't click for me. Then I watched it again last night, and it was much better. I was laughing the whole time, man. I'm really curious to see what you think about this movie and see if our kind of like reviews and opinions match this time around.
Well, can I just say something right before we start? So the plot of this movie is they are taking, they come and offer Bandit, who is Burt Reynolds. Hey, we're going to give you $80,000 if you can take this semi over to, where's he going from? Down to Texarkana, right?
They're going from Texarkana to Atlanta.
Right. And pick up these 400 cases of beer, which we did the math at 80,000. It's like $16 a bottle, which is ridiculous. But my question to you is, the entire movie, while Buford T. Justice is chasing him, he thinks he is chasing him because he's bootlegging. That's not the reason he's chasing him.
No, it's not.
It's so ridiculous. I was man. They never even, said anything about that in the plot, it's because of the girl. And I'm like, yeah, this is ridiculous. I was like, the whole movie.
It's Sally Field, but man, let's get all of the technical stuff out of the way. Then we'll break this movie down and break it down scene by scene or so. This movie's directed by Hal Needham. Now, this is Hal's first directorial debut.
What a knockout.
He was a stuntman. Yeah, he was a stuntman by trade. So all the car chases and wreck cars as they're smashing into things and jumping over stuff, that was his forte. He went on to direct Burt Reynolds in Cannonball Run, another big movie.
Another great movie.
Stroker Ace. So all those similar type running, racing, road films kind of thing. He did a great job. Screenplay by James Lee Barrett. He actually did musicals. He did a Shenandoah musical in 1975 that won some awards. Charles Shire and Alan Mandel. The story was by Hal Needham and Robert Levy. Let's break down some of the cast, man. Oh, well, first off, you're right. This movie was a big hit. This movie cost $4.3 million to make back in 1977, which translates to about $23 million today. Pretty cheap movie. It was all in cars, I think. Right?
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
And then the movie grossed $127 million in 1977.
That's not inflation. That's just what it grossed.
No, that's $1977.
Wow.
Today, $679 million movie.
If
that movie came out today, it would be $679 million. So it made well over its money and then some. All right, buckle in. Here we go. This movie's got Burt Reynolds as Bo the Bandit Darville. He's known for his really tight jeans and his hat.
His cowboy hat. Yep.
His cowboy hat, right? He was in, of course, the movie that made him famous, Deliverance. He was in The Longest Yard, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Have you ever seen that?
Boogie Nights.
Have you ever seen? That's a pretty good movie.
Funny.
Yeah, Dolly Parton did it too.
Funny. Yeah, it's got some good songs in it, man. It's actually a pretty good little movie.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds is a classic, and then he went on to do some television shows and stuff like that. But I think he's really known for Smokey and the Bandit, right? This is the movie he's kind of known for. Sally Field plays Carrie, or Frog is her handle. She was on television as Gidget when she was young.
Yep.
She was also the Flying Nun on television.
She was also Forrest Gump's mama.
Ah, very good. I have that written down. Good one. Good catch. She was an award winner, Academy Award winner for the movie Norma Ray. where she plays like someone who fights against the, unionizes kind of thing. She also won an Academy Award for the movie Places in the Heart. Yeah. She was Aunt May in the Amazing Spider-Man movie and its sequel. And she's in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Huh.
Yeah. So you're talking Forrest Gump, Mrs. Doubtfire, Norma Ray, Flying Nun. She is Frog in this one, Sally Field.
Where would you put Sally Field in the realm of actresses of all time?
I was thinking pretty low until I started looking her up and doing a little research on her. And I realized she's had a 35, 40-year career.
Would you say top 20?
Movies too. Oh, yeah, I would think so. Because also she doesn't use like that one hook. Like some actors and actresses, they have that one hook where they always play the same role.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel L. Jackson plays the same role. Tom Cruise plays the same character in every movie. Sally Fields isn't like that. She's in comedy. She's in serious roles. She matured well and plays moms and aunts and things like that. And she's believable in everything she's in. So I thought that was really good. This movie's got Jerry Reed as Cletus Snowman.
Snowman, you got your ears on.
My favorite character in this movie is Jerry Reed, man. Jerry Reed is a country singer by trade. Most of the stuff I looked at, most of the things I was looking at, was all about his country singing career.
Well, he wrote the theme song for this movie.
He did.
Yeah.
Right? He wrote the romantic song too, the romantic interlude song. They call him the Bandit, right?
You're going to break out a few bars for us there. Right?
Sure, man. Sure. They call him the Bandit. Now, he's in a movie. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Jimbo. He's in a movie called Hot Stuff. Hot Stuff. It's a movie about these cops that want to, they set up like this pawn shop as a sting operation to catch all these people that are like trying to pawn stolen goods. It's a comedy. It's hilarious. Most people probably recognize him from Waterboy.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the movie Waterboy. That's Jerry Reed, Snowman. I think the biggest actor in this thing going in had to be Jackie Gleason.
What kind of actor was he, man? He played some great parts.
He was crazy, man. He plays Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
Buford T. Justice.
Come back. This is Smokey Bear. This is Smokey Bear, right? Oh, man. Do you believe that Jackie Gleason ad-libbed 90% of his lines?
That's what they say.
Okay, because when you're watching the movie, it's like, there's no way this stuff that he's saying is scripted.
Right. Well, not only that, but also the whole scene in the cafe where Burt Reynolds is in there and he comes in, remember, as he's chasing him?
Yeah.
And he gets the burger and he's in there and he pays for it. That wasn't even in the original story. That was all Jackie Gleason's idea.
Oh,
and
that's
also
awesome,
it was his recommendation that they put Junior Justice in the car with him because he's like, hey, I can't be in this car alone. He's like, put someone in there so I can play off of them. So
yeah, like a straight man, right? Yeah. That's great.
So, what about the car's destroyed? He's holding his hat.
Yeah, he holds his hat, and then one time they get out of the car, and he's still holding his hat.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Jackie Gleason, of course, known for the classic television show The Honeymooners.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Pow!
Zip! To the moon. I think The Honeymooners is the basis of all sitcoms.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
If you think of sitcoms like Everybody Loves Raymond, even like the Flintstones. The Flintstones is just the cartoon version of The Honeymooners.
Yep. Actually, in my notes, I have this later down, Bob, but I'll go ahead and throw it here since you're hitting some good stuff. Is they had to go back for the television and re-record some lines, and they got the guy that played Fred Flintstone to come back and do Jackie Gleason's lines. It was awesome. The second guy that played Fred Flintstone, not the first guy. I'll go over it when I get my notes, but I thought that was crazy.
That's great, man. Jackie Gleason, of course, is an award-winning actor too. The Hustler is kind of what he's known for. I love him in the movie The Toy with Richard Pryor. Right.
There was one that Kyle suggested we covered sometime last year, and I had never watched it before, but Tom Hanks is in it with him, and Tom Hanks is his dad, and he's Tom.
It's his last movie role. It's called Nothing in Common.
Yes, Nothing in Common. That's what the name of it, and that was a powerful, powerful film. If you've never seen it,
I've never seen that one, but I've always wanted to. Man, it is Jackie Gleason's last movie role.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing actor. We have, you mentioned him, Junior Justice. Mike Henry plays Junior Justice. He played in like 3 Tarzan movies from the 60s.
Did you ever like those Tarzan movies? I love those
cheesy
movies.
Tarzan movies from the 60s.
Well, he'd swing to the same branch.
Yeah, all the time, over and over again. He was in The Longest Yard also with Burt Reynolds. And he had a small role in the movie Soylent Green.
Mm.
Yeah, Soylent Green's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a long cast. I'm only going to cover 2 more guys. I'm going to cover Pat McCormick as Big Enos Burnett. Right? Burnett. Big Enos. Pat McCormick. He's a comedy writer. He was also in the movie Hot Stuff. He's in History of the World Part 1. And I don't know if you've seen this movie, Jimbo. He was in the movie Under the Rainbow.
We have it. We are going to cover it.
Oh, I love it.
It's in my voodoo. We are going to cover it. I've been putting it off because it's a kind of a touchy subject, but we're going to cover it.
It's very politically incorrect, man. It's for those that don't know, Under the Rainbow is a movie about the behind the scenes of the filming of
The Wizard of
Oz.
And it stars Carrie Fisher.
It does. And a lot of munchkins.
Mm-hmm. And who else? Is it Chevy Chase or who is it? Who's the man? I should know this.
I think it might be Chevy Chase. I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up, but we should cover that sometime soon.
We should. Pat McCormick's in that movie. He plays Big Enos, and he's got a little brother named Little Enos, played by Paul Williams. Man, I was so deep into a dive of Paul Williams. I started off, very, very, very shallow, and I had to dig myself out. I was like, whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Fell into the black hole of Paul Williams.
I did, man. I became a huge fan of this little guy. Little Enos, he was in Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was in the Muppet movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote so many songs that we know. So many songs like I was sharing with you before. The Rainbow Connection.
One of my all-time favorite songs. I had the 8-track of the Muppet movie.
There you go. Yeah, but he recorded a bunch of classic songs. He's a great actor. He's so funny in this movie. Big Enos and Little Enos are so. I wish they came out more in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but there's a lot of people that have one couple lines. You're talking a Foxy Lady. How about the Silver Tongue Devil?
Who's the one? The lady in the red
Sugar
shorts
Bear.
Or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah.
But wait, Bond.
I think that's Foxy Lady.
I have some breaking news about 3 people that you missed.
All right.
There are 3 people in this movie that were from or later starred in The Dukes of Hazzard. Number 1, Bo Duke. Bo Duke is in this movie.
He is.
John Schneider. Yep. So at the end of the movie, you remember where Buford T. Justice pulls away and his tire falls off and it goes rolling up the hill or whatever. Mm-hmm. The tire actually hits John Schneider on the side of the road. Yep. Number 2, Cooter is in this movie for Cooter's Garage from the Dukes of Hazzard. He's at the beginning of the film where they ask him, "Hey, have you seen the band?" And he's like, "I haven't. I don't know where he's at or whatever." Sitting in there.
Yeah. He's like one of the first people to come out.
And the 3rd, do you remember when Snowman gets pulled over by the cop on the interstate on the motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
That is none other than Enos from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, nice.
So I thought that was really crazy. Those were some young actors before Dukes of Hazzard was around.
Yeah.
Maybe just slightly before, but I thought that was really great.
Yeah, that's great. Those are awesome. So that's kind of the cast. Like I said, there's people that have a couple lines here and there. They stop off and I think it's snowman stop off at the Choke and Puke.
Yeah, they kept saying about the choke and pukes. I was like,
Right?
where are we stopping at?
I want to stop off and shove some groceries down my throat.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were going to a gentleman's club or if they were going to
I
eat
know.
somewhere. Or
It was
maybe
crazy.
both. Maybe it's a one stop. All you want.
One of the things I loved about this movie was all of the CB
The CB
slang.
handles. Yes.
The handles, the slang, the brotherhood of just all these truck drivers that, they were all these old style CBs. And they would
Shout out
communicate
to
back
our
and forth
friend
around.
David Martin, who drives the big rig. Dave, lay on that horn for us.
Nice.
Bond gave us a drive-by horn.
That's the way they do it around here.
Yeah.
That's the way they do it around here. So you're right, man. Our movie starts off, there's a bet. It's a bet. It's a challenge. Big Enos and Little Enos, they want some beer. They live in Atlanta, or they're going to be in Atlanta, but they want Coors. And the only way to get Coors is to go to Texas to get it. Texarkana, to be exact. Texarkana, for those that don't know, it's right there on the Texas-Arkansas border.
Isn't that where the town that dreaded sundown? Is that where that movie?
Is that Texarkana
Is that
also?
Texarkana? I do believe, where the
Might
guy
be.
went around and killed people. They never caught him, did they? The mask,
No,
the
they
bagged
didn't.
man, or whatever they call him.
Yeah, I don't think they did. And so they have to go to Texarkana, pick up 400 cases of Coors beer, and bring it back to Atlanta in 28 hours.
I read somewhere that was mathematically impossible
Really?
because, like they would have been out of time because that wasn't even taking consideration for stopping for bathroom breaks, sleep, and all this
Gas.
stuff. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, they were traveling like at 110 miles an hour.
If you're a truck driver, please email us at thetragedyofcinema@gmail.com and tell us if you could legally make it or
What's the
illegally
fastest route
make it.
from one-
Could you do it in 28 hours?
Challenge accepted. No, but one of the things that I noticed about this movie was there's no ongoing plot line. And what I mean by that, Jimbo, is you could take scenes from this movie, put them in a bag, shake them up, throw them out on a cardboard or on a table, and put them in any order you want, and the movie would work. The only thing you need is the first scene that sets up what they're supposed to do, and the last scene when they arrive. Everything else in the middle doesn't really matter what order it happens in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could, the whole chase thing, they could have done that. They could have shot that any way they wanted and it still made sense at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they chasing? Why is Buford T. Justice crossing state lines and trying to stop the bandit?
Well, I like how he tries to assert his authorities in the other states too. Don't you know who I am? I'm Buford T. Justice, and I'll have your badge. And
Oh, yeah.
but like
This
hey,
here is evidence.
he's like, the one guy's like, do you know that this here's evidence? I've been chasing this guy over 3 guys. Do you know who I am? And the one guy's like, I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, he gets him to apologize,
Yeah.
man.
But the reason that he is chasing Smokey Bandit across all these state lines, is he had arranged marriage for his son, Junior, to marry Carrie. Is her name Carrie in this movie?
Yeah,
I believe?
Carrie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And well, when you first meet Carrie, Smokey's going down the road and she basically hops in the car with him in her wedding dress.
Yeah, she
Their
ran
car,
from the altar.
because her car had broke down or something. And so they take off. And so now, being the big man of the law, Buford T. Justice, he's going to get her back and he's going to make her walk down that aisle, her pretty little thing, walk down that aisle. Remember, and he goes on that big spill because
Well, he spent
nobody
money. Yeah, he
makes
spent money on
fun
that
of
role.
Buford T. Justice.
Exactly. So his son is kind of an idiot. He's still wearing his tuxedo from the wedding that never happened.
Yeah.
He still calls him daddy, which I thought was funny.
The whole movie, that guy was cracking me up the entire movie.
Oh,
Daddy,
yeah, man.
the top's gone. I like when he tells him, get out there and put that in the car. That's evidence. And he comes back and he's sitting in the passenger seat with the driver's side door in front of his face. He said, put that in the back. You can't be related to me. When I get home, I'm going to punch your mother in the face or something. I don't remember what he said.
That's exactly right. It's like, there ain't no way you're from my loins.
Now we will say this. As great of a movie this is, there are some moments that are probably not culturally appropriate in today's eyes.
Yeah.
Especially I think when they're going through, is it Mississippi? And there's a black sheriff that is trying to help pull him or chasing him too. Mm-hmm. And Buford T. Justice and him have some words, and it kind of gets a little uncomfortable there for just a split second. And then it goes back on, but they kind of sprinkled that in there too as well. So just be prepared if you're watching this movie.
Yeah, keep in mind this movie is 50 years old, or it's creeping up on 50 years old.
It's as old as I am. I was born in 1977.
Man, you're old.
I know, but I'll always be younger than you.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So Buford T. Justice is on hot pursuit. He's in hot pursuit of Smokey, right? Or I guess of the Bandit. And it's kind of a weird strategy, Jimbo. What happens is they have an 18-wheeler full of beer, but they also have a Trans Am.
Yeah.
That travels, it's supposed to travel like slightly ahead of the 18-wheeler and give Snowman a heads up of the traffic situation, the cop situation as they're traveling through.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. The entire time you watch this movie is the truck is going just as fast as the Trans Am, it seems. And
sometimes the truck is ahead of the Trans Am.
Right, but my point was sometimes that Trans Am will get so far ahead of the truck that a cop could have pulled up behind them at any time. The semi, there could have been an accident, but he was so far ahead of them most of the time. He had time to pull over and make love to Sally Field and all that, right?
Exactly.
And then there is the scene, the dog plays Fred, the dog. He's pretty crazy too. He's pretty special because Burt Reynolds actually handpicked him because he said he was a dog that wouldn't listen to orders. Get up here.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. So that's why they got him. But I think the pretty good scene is when Snowman stops at the restaurant to see some of his friends and says, hey, give me 2 burgers to go or whatever.
That's one of my favorite scenes. Yeah.
And he ends up getting in that fisticuff with some people because they say Fred bit him, which I don't think Fred did because Fred's not doing anything.
Fred is a basset hound. He hasn't bitten anybody.
He might be the laziest dog I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's pretty lazy. They have to pick him up. How many times do they have to carry that dog?
Yeah, Snowman pretty much gets his butt kicked right there and tossed out, and he's bleeding and all that. And what's he do when he gets in the truck? Licks his wounds, and right in front of him is all their motorcycles. And what does he do? Runs right over all of them. And I was like, oh, no.
Just crushes them all into the 18. Oh, yeah. Man, that's great. One of my favorite lines, Jimbo, is when Bandit picks up Sally Field. She's still in her wedding dress, right? But she doesn't want to wear her wedding dress anymore. So he's like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm changing clothes, right? So she's like trying to change clothes in the front seat, but her clothes are in the back seat. And so she's flip-flopping and back and forth between the front and back seat. And this whole time, the Bandit, Burt Reynolds, is talking to Snowman. And Snowman is behind him in the 18-wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And he's all, what? Like he says something like, what did you pick up? Right? And so he tells him all about the bride that he picked up and all that stuff. And it's so funny because he holds the CB up to Sally Fields, and Sally Fields is changing clothes.
She's got the dress over her head, and she's just going on and on and on about something.
Non-stop talking. They're just sitting there taking turns laughing at her. And
in that same area of that is when she puts her legs up. Remember, and he's about her legs, and she said, "Are you looking at my leg or whatever?" He's like, "I got more meat on my legs," or whatever he says. I was like, "Wow."
Oh yeah,
I think that's part of the reason that he gave her the nickname Frog was because of her legs.
Some cowboys like fat calves.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because after he changes, he goes, is she wearing, Snowman goes, is she wearing a wedding dress? Right? And then you see the wedding dress fly out of the top of the Trans Am.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. And Burt Reynolds, she was. My favorite line in the movie, Snowman goes, "What she wearing now? Come back." "You got peanut butter in your ears? What's she wearing?" The movie is so silly. And I think that's what makes it fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's just so silly. It's like every scene is just kind of a fun scene.
Man, we've covered some pretty silly movies that are just stay silly, and they're not. They might have. Okay, we'll take for instance The Naked Gun. We'll talk about the new Naked Gun because we haven't covered it yet. High expectations. What you got was low expectations. Okay.
Well, you got a trailer full of humor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the entire trailer in the movie pretty much. Yeah. So, but watching that movie, it's silly all the way through, and you might have a laugh or two. It's just the story's the story's kind of weak, and that this actually has a story. And even though they're getting chased, I think the different truck handlers, it makes a difference because the Bandit is known throughout the entire South.
Yeah.
There's the one scene where they're going and they got the girls on the side of the road holding up the "Go Bandit Go" or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's got like the lady of the night, if you will. She's like, "Hey Bandit, I got, your boys over here." He's like, "Well, I think I'll have to come by and see you." She's like, "Well, why don't you stop by now? You got plenty of time." You know what I mean? So he's just famous. Yeah. Like,
oh man, what'd you think about the prostitutes that operated out of a trailer on the side of the freeway?
Well, not only that, but when Buford T. Justice pulls up and he's like, "I got him. I got the Bandit right here. You're going down and read him his rights." And the deputy walks up. He's like, "You just arrested my commanding officer," or whatever.
Exactly. He's standing there holding his clothes in his hand outside the trailer.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. It's like that. It's just one little scene after another. It's just funny. And like we said before, Jackie Gleason and Burt Reynolds are hardly on the screen together at all. I mean, they're like barely miss each other. Jackie Gleason's scenes, 90% ad lib. It's just, he is always about to explode. You know what I'm saying? When I was watching it, I was like, he's going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
He's going to have a heart attack. His face is always red. He's always about to explode through the whole movie. And everyone around him just makes him more and more upset. And I just love that. I love that part. I love that scene about him. I could go without the romance.
Yeah, you pretty much didn't even need Sally Field in here at all.
No, I don't think so at all. And yeah, she's in it and she's fun. I kind of like the flirtatious humor that they were having in the car as they were traveling. When she was driving and they were trying to switch places
that was
or
funny
something.
Too.
Yeah, they were trying to switch drivers going 110 miles an hour. Just the banter they had back and forth. There's a time where she's doing tap dance moves on the glass. She's got her legs up and she's doing like this tap dance move on the dashboard. Those were funny. The first time she meets Snowman, it's funny. He's like, "I got to talk to the Bandit here. Feed Fred." And he hands her a bag full of cheeseburgers. Those scenes are funny, but that whole, like I said, they call him the Bandit romantic scene where they stop. And she's like, is there anything you'll take your hat off for or something like that? Like, do you ever take that hat off?
Well, there's one thing I'll take it off for.
You're like, I hope it's a shower.
Yeah. And she's like, "Well, do you want to do that one thing?" And I was like, "Oh, here we go." But I will give it this. That scene, it doesn't show anything. It shows them kiss and then it cuts away. So it's not like it's overindulged in it. So I didn't mind it because it was in and out.
That's true.
And that's what she said,
that's
right?
That's a good one.
But and then you just see his hat on top of his CB antenna, and he pulls it back in. So there is no long.
It's all implied.
If they're going to do something like that, I appreciate them doing it something like this instead of showing everything. We don't need them laying by a campfire or rolling around in the grass. You know what I mean? Right. So I didn't really mind it there, but it is what it is. Now I will tell you this. there are some amazing stunts in this movie. When that Trans Am jumps over that bridge, I remember that from the first time I watched this when I was just a young kid, because I used to have the die-cast Hot Wheel car of this. I remember being outside and playing I had like a little alleyway that had like a little bit of dirt and stuff, and taking it out there and jumping stuff. So I like that part. I like the part where he goes across the interstate and then Enos on the motorcycle jumps and he lands in the pond, right? There's the jump that they do onto the baseball or the football field. And there was almost a severe catastrophic event there because they didn't tell the gardener that they were doing this, and he had watered the grass. So when they jumped, the Trans Am slid and it almost took out some cast members.
Wow.
And then the one scene that I was like, wow, is when the Buford T. Justice's car goes under that trailer or whatever, and it just like decapitates the whole entire top off, man.
Do you realize the timing you need for that thing?
Yeah.
To drive underneath a big trailer like that, to have the whole top of your car just chopped off.
Yeah.
I mean, you know going in that it's pre-cut. So they kind of have to like pre-cut it so that way like the impact itself just cuts it off clean. So there's no guesswork. But just the fact that they had somebody in that car.
But it was really cool.
Duck down at that
it
last
was a really
second.
cool scene.
That is a nice one.
So there's a lot of cool stuff like that. I like the scene where all the trucker convoy blocks him in so they can't get to him. That's a great scene too.
They kind of like hide him between the two lawyers. One of my favorite stunts is when there's a patrol car that jumps and it lands like in the back of a trailer of an 18-wheeler, right? And
he's like, "Can you drop me off at the next exit?"
Exactly. The police officer gets out and goes, "Hey, could you drop me off at the next exit?" The timing it takes to jump a car into another moving car. I mean, come on. That's got to be good stuff.
So Bond, did this win any awards for stunt work?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't see anything that had any awards.
I didn't either, but I mean, man, they did some good stunts.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, man. What age do you think would be the perfect age to see this movie?
8 years old.
So if you were 8 years old,
I think that's about the time I first saw it.
See, I was thinking maybe 13. 12, 13.
I don't really think there's anything wrong with it. When I was younger, I didn't really notice any of the language that's in it that I notice now.
Yeah, the Buford T. Justice.
Yeah, but I was more into the high-speed chase because I always loved like the Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid too. That's why it's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Is like when the General Lee would be going through like the dirt and the leaves and they would blow up behind him, and then like Roscoe Pico train couldn't see where he was driving and drives into the river and stuff like that. That had a lot of this in there. This Trans Am was going down those dirt roads and everything, kicking up that dirt, and you had them following them. And, I just think those chases are awesome. And as a kid, that's something that now we had an imagination back then. Today, it's pretty much just all what you can play on the screen. But I love that, going outside and doing that with my Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking with the language of Buford T. Justice, maybe a little bit older, but it still was I think it would have been great to be a 12-year-old boy.
How old were you when this came out?
I was
7. Yeah.
I was 7. I want to say this might have been one of those drive-in movies that I saw. Because that was right around late 70s, early 80s is when I saw a lot of drive-in movies, I think. And so I want to say this might have been a drive-in movie at one time. So it would have been a great one. Is there a Dukes of Hazzard without this movie? Because the Dukes of Hazzard is pretty much just a TV show.
Because Burt Reynolds even played a law enforcement in Dukes of Hazzard in one episode, didn't he? Or a couple episodes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so.
So I think it probably drew some inspiration from it for sure.
Yeah, weekly car chases,
jumping
angry
stuff.
Boss Hog can't catch the boys. And
now that's something I want to see. Did Boss Hog, what was his name, Booker Sorrell or whatever? What was his name? Something Sorrell, I think. If him and Jackie Gleason ever did a movie together, that would be definitely something. If they were like, I don't know, like crime lords or something, that would have been awesome.
Like a buddy comedy.
Oh yeah, like twins or something.
That would be hilarious, man. That'd be hilarious.
So Bond, do they make it in time would you like to tell the audience how this movie ends?
Oh man, it is to the wire. To the wire. They leave Atlanta, go get the beer, come back, cops, hot pursuit all the way. They make it in time by minutes to spare. They have minutes to spare. And so they win the $80,000 prize. Or do they?
They never say. He said, here, take my Corvette or my
Cadillac. Gets his Cadillac, right? He gives him a Cadillac. Big Enos gives him a Cadillac. And then they're about to leave, and he goes, how about double or nothing? And, of course, Snowman's like, nope, right? And
Sally Field's like, sure.
yeah, Sally Field's like, sure, sounds like fun. And Burt Reynolds like, what? Did you say double or nothing?
Yep.
I could go for some clam chowder. How about going up to Boston and getting some clam chowder? And I thought for sure that'd be the sequel. Smokey and the Bandit 2. They go to Boston and get clam chowder.
Yep. No, but they go get an elephant in Florida, I think. Now, here's something we didn't talk about, but how they get the beer. They make it to the place and they go try to get in and the doors are locked. What's Burt Reynolds do? He basically kicks in the door, opens up the, I guess like a garage door, but it's more like a swinging door. And he gets on a forklift. I drive a forklift for work, Bond. When he gets on the forklift, OSHA would shut that thing down so fast when Snowbird's standing on the front of it with his hands up there. I was like, this isn't going to be good. And he ends up driving and throwing him over to the top, right? But they load all that up. That had to take some time.
Well, he smashes into some of those.
Right.
So those don't count.
Hey, but you throw those in the front of the truck and then cover them with stuff behind it. They're not going to find out till you're long gone, so it ain't going to matter.
Exactly.
But yeah, we didn't talk about that. So that had to chew up a lot of time. And here's something else. When I first started watching the movie, I thought Big Enos and Little Enos, I thought that they were basically setting them up for failure. Right. Like you remember the first truck that gets stopped before you meet the bandit, and what's he hauling? He's got cases and cases of Coors beer in the back of his truck. So I don't know. I thought it was from my watching of this, I thought that those two were basically working with the police to get people pulled over. Now I could have been wrong. I don't know, but from the end of the movie, it doesn't seem like it because they would have been like, wow, they're here and the police didn't catch them.
They're just super rich, and they got
them outfits to prove it. I think Bond dresses like Little Enos personally, but what do I know?
I pretty much got the same outfit now. I'm pretty much wearing the same thing. So,
and then you hear they pull up in the Cadillac, and here comes Buford T. Justice sitting at the bottom, and
now in a convertible police car.
Yeah, and he looks over his shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, Smokey Bear, you got your ears on or whatever?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, they have a little thing, and he's like, "Well, you're a good man. You've been a good man." He's like, "Look over your left shoulder." And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to get you. And he goes and he takes off and his car just basically falls apart. But yeah, it was a nice way to end the movie. Did you like how it ended?
I love the way it ended, man. It ended upbeat. It's fun. It's got a good ending. You assume that he and Sally Field are going to be together for a while at least. Go on one more adventure. Yeah. It opens it up to, man, I want to see these guys again. I want to see them do something else.
Yep.
I want to see this little adventure. Who is your favorite character?
It has to be Buford T. Justice. It just has to be. He makes the movie, I think. He steals every scene that he's in. He's always yelling at his son. I mean, it's comical. I mean, I think he really shines in this movie. I really thought Sally Field did a great job in this movie. I was kind of shocked. And she's kind of cute back then. Yeah, I was really impressed by her performance too, as well. But let's talk a little bit about this trivia before we get too much further down the road there, Bond.
Yeah, man, what you got?
So, we talked about Jerry Reed writing the Eastbound and Down song, the theme song to this. And he gave it to Hal Needham, who was like, I guess like the person in charge of the movie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had an acoustic guitar and he started to play it, and Needham immediately stopped him and said, and so Reed's like, I don't think he likes it. So he says, look, I'll rewrite the song. And Needham says, if you change one note, I'll kill you. The song went on to become one of Reed's biggest hits. So he liked it so much, he just stopped him and said it's good. So I thought that was cool.
Nice. That's cool.
Buford T. Justice was the name of a real Florida highway patrolman known to Burt Reynolds' father, who was once chief of police of Jupiter, Florida. So it's kind of cool that they added some of that stuff in there too. But the original screenplay, Jerry Reed was supposed to play the Bandit, but Needham told Burt Reynolds about the film. So Reynolds decided, hey, I want to do that. And so they wrote Reed in recast him as the Snowman.
So is the movie not going to have a snowman? Was it just going to be Jerry Reed as
I don't know who got bumped out from the Snowman.
Yeah, as the Bandit driving an 18-wheeler instead?
Yeah. I did not know that Burt Reynolds and Sally Field were boyfriend and girlfriend pretty much in the 70s. Did you?
I did a little research, looking at the characters stuff. It looks like they were together for about 3 to 5 years or so.
Something like that. But they played in movies together, like Hooper in 78, Smokey and the Bandit 2 in 80, and The End in 78. But every one of them, Sally Field played Burt Reynolds' girlfriend in those movies. Yeah. So it was probably like, hey, you cast me, you got to cast her or whatever. Mm-hmm. This movie, Bond, according to his daughter Patricia, was a guilty pleasure of none other than the late, great Alfred Hitchcock.
I cannot imagine Alfred Hitchcock watching and laughing and enjoying this movie.
I think it's funny. There were 3 Trans Am cars were used in this movie. We're going to talk about this a little bit as we go through these notes because the number varies from 3 to 12, and it's like up to 36 police cars and stuff. So, but once they got done with, according to the Hal Needham in the documentary, it says that none of them could barely run at the end of the film's production because they beat those cars to death, man. Jackie Gleason would often ask his assistant Mal for a hamburger, which was code for a glass of vodka, according to Burt Reynolds in his autobiography. There's a lot of stuff here. So the Trans Am, when they did that bridge jump, it was a successful jump, but it was just the Trans Am was completely wrecked after that. So that was probably one of them. But Bond, this made the Pontiac Trans Am a superstar of a car. So the sales jumped from 68,745 units sold in 1977 to 93,341 in 1978. And just 1 year later, that number swelled to 117,108 units sold, all from this movie.
Man, I'm not cool enough to pull off a Trans Am. If I was a 17, 18-year-old boy in 1978 and I saw this movie and I saw that black Trans Am convertible with the Firebird on the front hood, there's no way I could pull that car off.
You might be able to pull off an El Camino.
An El Camino, maybe like some kind of Pinto.
Station wagon.
Yeah, mom's station wagon.
So this was probably one of Jackie Gleason's biggest mistakes he made. I would say he was offered a percentage of the gross box office versus a straight salary. He chose the salary.
Ooh.
He lost millions of dollars. Lamar Jackson, who was a real Georgia State Trooper in this movie, went on to become Burt Reynolds' bodyguard as an actor and an actor and a producer. So I thought that was pretty cool. For all our trucking buddies, 10-4 there, Snowman is driving a 1974 Kenworth W900. Bond, you ever driven a semi?
I have not.
No, you ain't wrestled some cattle down there in Texas?
Oh, man, that's 2 totally different skills.
So this film is responsible for an explosion in the sales of CB radios, too. I mean, I wanted one last night after I finished watching it.
I was going to say, I wanted one this week.
Right. So, but it became an annoyance for professional truck drivers as other drivers were constantly looking through the bands for a nearby truck, trying to practice their CB lingo, if you will, and asking them to blow the horns. Bond, if you had to pick your CB handle, what's it going to be?
Oh man. Well, okay. So when this movie came out and I was a young guy, I actually had a CB handle made up.
No, you didn't.
See, I lived.
Did you have a ham radio too?
No, I never got to use it. It was all made up in my head. But we lived in this area of town called Faro Valley. And so all the streets are named after like Egypt, and there's different streets, Egypt and Nile and all that stuff. I lived on a street called Pyramid. That was the name of the street I grew up on. And so my handle was the Pyramid Kid.
Real original there, Bond.
Yeah, I was like, this is the Pyramid Kid. That was my handle, but I mean, it was all just for pretend.
The Pyramid Kid.
Yeah. What about you? What's your handle?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. But I knew you would have a story for sure.
You always knew I have a.
I know. The street where we'll let the audience decide. Email us at thetragedycinema@gmail.com and tell us what you think my handle, Bond's handle. We'll even throw ADZ in here to see what handle he would have.
That is his handle. Hey, this is ADZ.
Hey, ADZ coming back loud and clear there, partner.
About to pull over for a 10-100.
Well, Bond's thinking a 10-200. Boy, some of those rest areas those truck drivers go to, there's some bad 10-200s that didn't get flushed down the toilet. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh,
so
they're rough.
Yeah. So the street where Bandit and Snowman get the beer from is the same street where the band Leonard Skinner shot their debut album cover. So I thought that was pretty cool. So in Jonesboro, Georgia, where a lot of this film was shot, Snowman's house and the warehouse where the Coors beer is picked up in Texarkana are actually only about a half a mile from each other. So he could have made a lot of time. I'll tell you another one of my favorite scenes, Bond, and I think it's at 15 minutes and 18 seconds. And that's where the cops are chasing Burt Reynolds at night, and he goes down that alley. And then he breaks that fourth wall. He looks at the camera and smiles. I thought that was
he does.
That
right?
was great.
He gives like a half a smile when he loses the cops. I forgot that scene.
That's so funny, man. So funny. Let's see here. So, here it is. Here's the one about the original actors dubbing their voices for the television version, except for Jackie Gleason. Actor Henry Corden, who voiced Fred Flintstone after original performer Alan Reed died, was used to replace a considerable amount of Sheriff Justice's dialogue. This is fitting, as Fred Flintstone was a parody and homage to Gleason's character Ralph Cramden, and the Flintstones in 1960 was a parody and homage to the Honeymooners in 1955. So I thought that was really well cool too. So,
have you ever seen the edited for television version of this movie?
Man, well, probably back in the day because that's all I had.
Yeah, it is so bad because, like you said, they had to change most of Jackie Gleason's lines.
Have you watched it?
And I remember seeing it when I was young. They'll have it on some cable channel. They've edited out all the cursing, all of the snappy comebacks that Gleason had. And so they substitute it for things that just aren't very good. And so it's like, well, sit down, you moose foot. What? What was that?
So in the restaurant, Sheriff Justice orders a Diablo sandwich. Do you know what a Diablo sandwich is there, Bond?
No, but he ate it really fast.
Yes, he did. And I was cramming
he
it in
ate
there.
it like in 3 bites.
Well,
then he had to go to the bathroom.
They say it's like a sloppy Joe, but spicier. So the differences exist is that it's made with ground beef, taco spices, hot sauce, canned corn, and diced tomatoes served on a hamburger bun. In some places, jalapeno peppers are added. I bet Brett from Evil Never Dies is like, oh, that sounds so good right now.
I was going to say, man, I'd eat one of those.
You probably sell them at your Dairy Queen down there. I'll never forget when I was talking to somebody and they're like, well, go to Dairy Queen. They got some good tacos. I said, my Taco Bell doesn't have a Dairy Queen. Or not my Taco Bell. My Dairy Queen doesn't have tacos. They said, yeah, they do. I said, no, they don't. So while I'm on the headset with them, they call my Dairy Queen and say, yeah, do you guys got tacos there? And they're like, tacos? No, we don't serve tacos here. And he's like, oh, I'm from Texas, so we have tacos down here at our Dairy Queen.
That's crazy. I've never heard of a Dairy Queen that doesn't have tacos.
Yeah.
I would eat a Diablo sandwich. I don't know if I'd eat it standing up as fast as I could, but I'd eat one.
Man, the way that he did that, dude, he was like...
What does he get? Like he gets a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper or something like that?
I like how he pays for his meal and he doesn't even know it's the Bandit there. So when Frog asked Bandit, would a cop taking a leak on the side of the road be important? Bandit replies, yeah, that's what. He's taking a 10-100. She replies, I guess it's better than taking a 10-200. I cracked up so hard at that. But those are actually real 10 codes. So if you ever get your handle out there, Pyramid Kid, you can say, I'm taking a 10-200. I can't talk right now.
So now that's the only thing I'll know in like CB language is how to go to the bathroom.
Hey, that's a pretty important thing to know, right?
That's true. I could go, come back. That's it.
So there's a lot of information here. I think we're pretty much going to wrap it up, but just know that there were a lot of cars, a lot of wrecked cars, a lot of cars that didn't work. I think they said by the end of the movie that like the final shot, like it wouldn't even drive anymore. So they had a car pushing it from behind because it was just pretty much done for. Oh, by the way, the calculator the Snowman uses is a Unisonic 790R handheld electronic calculator. Guess how much it sold for new in 1977, Bond?
I'm going to say $4.
About $19.
Ooh, that's an expensive calculator.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. All right, Bond, why don't you go ahead? Well, there's a ton more. We've talked about it enough. So, oh yeah, this was filmed, screened at the White House for then President Jimmy Carter.
Nice.
Tell me your thoughts, feelings, ratings, and review of Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. All right, so I'm calling it right now. Your prop cannot be a Trans Am.
Nope.
Cannot be a car.
Nope.
Calling it right now. That's cheating.
Yep.
Right. All right, so like I said, I was mixed on this movie just because it's so silly. There's no meaning to it whatsoever. It's pure candy. If you're in the mood for like just a fun movie that's kind of silly, this is a great movie. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I was having a great time watching this movie, man.
So good you watched it twice.
Yeah. Jackie Gleason, amazing. Jerry Reed is great. Burt Reynolds, not a big fan of Burt Reynolds, but at least it was fun. He was entertaining in this movie. I think the thing I love the most about this movie is the under your breath comments that every character makes. Every character just makes like these little jokes under their breath, like they're afterthoughts. And those are the funniest parts of the movie, man. Does this movie hold up today? I think so. I'd say 80% of this movie still holds up today, where it's still entertaining. I could show it to a group of 10, 12-year-old kids, boys, and they'd love this movie. They think it's hilarious. I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. I'm going as high as a 7 on this one. I think it's fun. My prop piece for this one that I'm taking out, I should leave that one for you because I think I know which one you're going to take. But I think I'm going to swipe it. Can't take Fred. That's cheating. I'm going to take the Bandit's hat.
Good, because I'm taking Buford T. Justice's hat.
Nice. That sounds perfect.
So here's my thing. I think, those cop cars back in the movies like that, they looked awesome too. Yeah. I really enjoyed the chase scenes, man. This movie is something I haven't seen this movie. It's probably been 35 years or longer. But you watch it and it's so fun. It's entertaining. It's hilarious. And Jackie Gleason, what a performance. Burt Reynolds, even Sally Field and Snowman. And all the little side characters, like all the little truckers, they all had the handles and thinking the Bandit. He knew every one of them, which is crazy. Because there's probably, 25, 30 of them you meet throughout this entire movie, and they all know who he is. He's a legend. But I'm right there with you. I enjoy this movie. This movie is great. I'm right there about a 7.5. You can sit down and watch this anytime and still enjoy it. You watched it twice. I could watch it again tonight and get just as much enjoyment out of it as I did then. The comedy between Buford T. Justice and the Junior, hilarious because, it's basically a big dumb kid that doesn't listen to their dad, but he's getting married, which is even funnier. You know what I mean? That his dad has arranged, probably trying to get him out of his house. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was great. So if you haven't seen it, please give it a shot. Let us know what you think at thetragedyofcinema@gmail.com. Well, Bond, if the people want to follow us, where can they follow us at?
Hey, man, just go to Tragedy of Cinema on Facebook, right? Instagram, those kind of places. Email us. We want to hear back. We want to hear how we're doing. We want to hear your thoughts and comments about this movie and all the movies that we post.
And if you want to leave us a rating or a review, drop it on there. I'll make Bond read it. And not only that, but man, we shot up in Japan this week. I don't know, 255 downloads in Japan by itself. So thanks, Bond's family members, for making that happen.
Hey, arigato.
Well, with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.
The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. Those we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most. Tales we love the most.
Man, now I got to go take a 10-200.
We'll just